I've known for some time something about the world ain't right. But darkness lives in plain sight. In the ether, adjust your eyes. There are those that have no clue. You give them hints, they just stare at you. Most have lived in Plato's cave, watching.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back once again with Stephen Tenner. And I got to quote Carol Friesen. She said that the interview that we did with you after you visited Pascal Najati may be one of the most entertaining podcasts she's ever seen in her life. And I've had you on once since then, I believe, but man, how in the heck are you? And it's always a wild ride with you when we have you on the show, man.
It's I might I don't want to say this. No, we're not going to be boring today. It's always fun, but it's been rather boring. I went out on a little Healing the World tour thing with my friend Diane Renee that I actually spent some time in Dallas with in the years ago in the negative 48 days. So I seem to have I don't know why. Someday it might come to pass to find out how and why it all happened and why I seem to be in the thick of a lot of things with a lot of people through this whole movement. But I don't so much, I don't want to say like I don't care. Like I don't care so much about that anymore because I've grown. I'm learning a lot what's going on. There's a lot of manipulation actually in this movement. And, God's going to take care of that. I don't have to worry about all of that. Everything's, the truth at the end of the day is going to shine through. And so anyway, that's it, man. Thanks for having me back. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was just making sure I had your website down at the bottom there, tenortalk.com, and it has links to all the music and your other website, the Stephen Tenner, with your acting, etc. I first met Stephen in Anaheim, the Truth Tour, 3 years ago now in 2022. I'm pretty sure. Were you up in Olympia or not?
We took a picture up in Oregon outside that, like, it was like that wood lodge in the middle of nowhere. It was kind of cool. It was a little cold inside. That big, they had the hot hamburgers in the back. So I saw you guys there as well.
So yeah, it's been a few years, but you had some quite wild adventures, and so you've kind of been taking care of Stephen, so to speak.
Yeah.
What has life been like for you? And I know you lost your dad last year, and you probably had some reflecting to do, and etc. So where is Stephen Tenner at this point in his life?
I'm back in upstate New York in the mobile park, in the mobile that I had secured to break my father out of the nursing home when I was listening to my mother's deathbed words from 2006. Make sure you take care of your father. I didn't do a super great job of that, but when I was out on the road, finished one of the last Truth tours, the second to last one, and we were. I lose track, Joe. Anyway, it was after one of the True Tours or whatever. It could have been the one we were on. It ended in California. Juan told me when I was, getting my book signed and talking to him, I was like, I don't know where I'm going. He just said Pacific Coast Highway. So I just wound up driving along the Pacific Coast Highway, wrapped around, wound up back in Arizona. I think that's when I met Lewis and David Clemenza. I mean, I told Lewis to come down. We went to the Arizona, when they were going to certify the election, the stolen Katie Hobbs thing. Anyway, it's been crazy. But I wound up, I heard the voice of my mother and someone, the West Coast Wizard, who I follow on Telegram. We became friends and stuff. And we had several conversations and stuff. And he's like, go home and take care of your dad. And my mother's voice was kind of at the same time. It was really wild. So I bypassed the Super Bowl. It was around the time of the Super Bowl. And I came home in February and I manifested, this place showed up 2 doors down, like from where my sister lives, and
Nice.
I managed to secure this place with next to no money, got it all set up, broke my father out of the nursing home, and it was a healing time, and I believe that was part of like my soul plan, that I had to forgive my father because he was a real shithead when we were young. And if you had asked me even just months before that, are you going to take your father out of a nursing home and like take care of him, like take care of him every day? And I would have bet you no way. I'll just show up in emergencies and do what I think I have to. But I was just led. My heart led me. I took him out of that home. I had him for a year. Um, he was thriving. I got him off of all of his meds except one. Diabetes medication, heart medication, blood pressure medications. All of the stuff. It was crazy. It was fighting the medical industry. So I had a little taste of that. I asked God to not give me another nightmare after everything that I've been through. Please don't let me take on the medical industry now personally. With
Right.
something, and God said sorry. Sorry, I guess, because I had to fight the doctors. I'm fighting people, and I proved them all wrong. And then he got a heart infection because his teeth had to be removed. He had 8 remaining teeth. He had his dentures and stuff, and they were all severely infected. And I fought for about 2 months to get him in through his coverage. I said, you got to pull all of the teeth. That they won't pull him out in the office. He's got to be sedated in a hospital environment. He's 89, and they delayed. He got a heart infection, and that the heart infection is what killed him. The lunatics
Oh,
tried to tell me that I killed my father because I had him thriving. He lost 50 pounds. He was walking again on his walker. He was out of his wheelchair, off all his meds. Blood pressure was better than mine every time they checked it. And people tried to tell me that I killed him when he was thriving, but he got a heart infection. They gave him the most severe antibiotic. I had to do it PICC line. I wasn't going to not give him an antibiotic when he had this major infection. I'm doing holistic, but I'm like, yikes. And then they finally got him down to Westchester, which is an hour and 20 minutes away, to pull the teeth out. And I couldn't go every day to monitor them jacking him back up on all the meds. So they jacked him back up on all his meds, plus the hardcore antibiotic. When I finally got him out of there, he was like upside down again. I had to put him
oh,
in rehab because I couldn't like fully carry him in the house. I had to put him in rehab. Got him home, was just finishing those antibiotics, but they killed him. That last antibiotic and that heart infection killed him. So anyway, long-winded, but we got to heal. I would do it all again, wiping asses, changing diapers. If you asked me if I would be doing that, I should say you're out of your mind. But I did it. We healed. He's the one that said to me one day, so I sit down. I got to ask you a question. It was kind of unorthodox. We didn't speak close, but we he knew that I loved him. I was taking care of him. We had those moments because we're used to our ancestral baggage, right? We don't know how to love a lot of families. They were hardcore German, Italians, old school. It's the Matrix, right? They didn't want, you know what I mean? It was just the
yeah.
programming. This is what we're carrying forward. This is another thing we have to heal. I'm going all around, but I want people to understand where I'm at and
Sure.
what I'm talking about. So I had to heal. So I healed a lot of ancestral baggage through that. But he sat me down one day, and I'm like, "What's going on?" It was really weird. And he goes, "Come here. I got to ask you a question. I need you to be honest with me." I said, "Well, yeah. What's going on?" He goes, "Are you ever going to get back into music?" And I'm like, "Whoa," because I was out of acting and music through through this movement and before and
Yeah,
everything. I got fired from
definitely. I
everything,
know.
lost everything, and I'm like, he like blew me away. I'm like, "Whoa." So I sat there for a minute, and he was still in the weird wheelchair. I was trying to get him in the walker, and I said, "I tell you what, when you walk down that hall and back on your walker, I'll get back into music." And I just said it. I didn't fully expect, the full blown mobility thing, or I thought I'd get some time, right? But I made the promise because I just wanted him to, walk.
Yeah.
I think it took 3 days. He was trotting down the hallway back and forth and blowing
Wow.
music. And I said, wow. So I started to manifest that. I knew that I could do that. I manifested the dog. We told that story. I'll touch on that briefly in a while. But I said, God, you have to give me the power. I have to write my first song, or I have to get back into music, and I had this on a vision board that I was going to write a song before that. it just wasn't manifesting. I was like looking at it on the vision board because a lot of stuff in the past is like you have a vision board, you write down your things, you look at whatever, and it's going to come true, right? But it's so much more than that, which I learned along the way, and I have
Right.
receipts because I'm actually creating these things, and I'm creating these things. So it all happened, and then I wound up writing "Thank You for Coming," and we were scheduled for the studio August 13th. He heard a rough of it because we did a lot at Kristen's house. So then we went to Dreamland Studios where I wound up shooting, incorporating the place for the music video. But we were scheduled August 13th. What is it, 25 now? So August
Yeah.
13th of 2023 is when we were scheduled to go in the studio to add the horns and some finishing things. And he passed on August 7th. So I had him for about 13 months. So we healed. And it was so much more, I was so much more at ease, Joe, when I lost him, because of course I was upset. It's the Matrix or you die, but we live forever. This is just a meat suit, our consciousness, our soul, however you want to break it down. We will get access to, we've done this before many times. And so it was a lot easier for me when I lost him. It was very emotional because I felt like I failed my mother and everything. I didn't do any, but it was a beautiful time. We healed, we bonded, and he passed here instead of being left alone in a nursing home, which a
Right.
lot of families are doing, which I encourage them. Figure it out. There's help. If you're financially struggling, there's help, and get your, try to fit it into your life. Your family, they deserve forgiveness, and they shouldn't die alone in a nursing home. So anyway,
I 100%. My dad was in the hospital in late 2020, and then early 2021 he passed, but he passed at home because my sisters fought like hell to get him out of the
yeah,
hospital because they just 10 days there, and he just they feeding tubes, and it was awful. So yeah, it's much better that they pass at home around people they love, and that's what he wanted. So
yeah. That's what we did. So I would do it all again, and I would do it even better this time. But everything would have happened that happened because I was fighting. Like the last thing, I was fighting through all of his things. I took him for eye surgery, because you know what I mean. They were inflamed because they were drooping, so we had to get it tucked. And I was doing everything I can with making the appointments and fighting, and I was fighting to get his teeth out. And they fought me when they finally got it approved. He had already had the infection, so he wound up in the hospital when the appointment was made. So he was in the hospital, and I'm like, are we going to be able to keep this appointment and everything? I wind up actually fighting and flipping out like a lunatic in the hospital where the security came. And I said, someone's got to come. This guy's not leaving this hospital. He's getting transferred from here when he's good enough to get his teeth done, because this is why he's here. And they did all tests. We can't find where the infection's coming from. I'm like, how about all of his 8 severely infected teeth that I've been fighting for 2 months to have removed? How about that? How about the
right.
severely infected teeth gave him an infection on his heart? It's like they're segregated. They're so corrupt. Don't get me started. I'm having like flashbacks.
But see, the thing is, people like when you get started.
No, but I don't want to let people know what happens there. That's what happened. It's like,
No, I
this
know.
is how corrupt it is. Like, well, we've done all of these tests, Mr. Tenor, and we
Right.
just can't find where the infection came from. I said, I'm not a doctor, but I played one on TV. How about his infected teeth? The 8 infected teeth that we have the appointment for, but you're going to speed it up when he's good enough to get in an ambulance because you're bringing his fucking ass to Westchester to have his teeth pulled. He's not coming home. Because we're going to be right back here again. Because we were here already 3 months ago because of the infection. We didn't know what was going on while I was fighting. Now it's months later. Now I know what's going on, and I'm not a doctor. Why can't you say maybe? Why can't you say maybe? Well, maybe just maybe that it's the 8 severely infected teeth that the doctor said he has to go into a hospital to have removed. Maybe that's why he has an infection.
Just maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So anyway, they killed him. Just,
Yeah.
It's the medical industry. They killed my father. It's okay. Everyone's going to be held accountable. That's what this global military biblical plan that's going on, that we're living through, that we're here for. It's just amazing to be a part of it. And every last mofo even the people that everybody, I mean, everyone, every last person is going to be held accountable and get whatever their punishment is, whether it's hanging from a fucking noose, a firing squad, or going to prison for the rest of their lives, or 10 years. God is going to make sure everyone gets held accountable. And that's what gives me peace, because I know
Yes.
I'm supposed to do a little relaxing right now, get in touch with Steven spiritually,
Yes.
get good and do what God gave me a gift. It's not ego. I'm fully embraced it now. I have a beautiful voice. I've finally embraced it after 57 years, and something needs to be done with it, and I'm doing it. That's what my calling is. Okay, I stay in the loop, but my message is going to get spread through music, and through it's going to come healing. The concerts will be different. I saw the end result, Joe. I see what my major arena concerts look like. And people think he's batshit crazy. That's fine. It's all archived here. It's archived on other shows. Thank You for Coming is going to be a globally recognized song, because God wrote it with me, and the song is the blueprint of where the creator resides inside. I recommend everyone sitting quietly listening to that song so they can change their lives. Whoever needs to hear it. Yeah, people that are
Right.
still waiting around for which truther is going
Well,
to tell them.
I want to thank you for your passion, because you're very good at voicing the frustrations that so many people have, and you come at it. I mean, you have such a unique background, and you really, and I know you've been an actor, but you bring real passion to the stage. I think this is you when all this stuff hit in the last 5 years. Even though we've both done acting off and on for years, you probably more on. The last thing I wanted to do was act. I'm like, I want to know what the hell's going on here and make a difference. And I relate to you. There's different people in this movement where there's certain things about them that we connect with, and that's the part with you, with the music and the acting, and feeling like the music's been on hold for decades sometimes. So I share your passion and frustration, and there is something, even when you're pissed, there is something really relatable about your frustration, and sometimes it does come across as humorous, because you're so passionate. And that's what Carol was talking about when you were talking about the whole Pascal Najati incident last
Well,
year.
that was different. That wasn't like me being frustrated.
Right.
I mean, I was frustrated and pissed off with him, but it's a different type
It's
of
a
thing.
different,
Like
right,
what
right.
I went through, like why I had to go to Switzerland. We don't have to rehash it. People should look for that show. I watched it finally, and I'm like, man, I can understand how people think I'm batshit crazy, but that's all true. That's me. I'm not acting. And Joe, I couldn't act because when I started to stand up for the truth, which I sat by for a few weeks, and I actually, I might look like a dipshit, but I'm a pretty smart guy. I sat for a few weeks, even back then, when COVID hit in March and stuff was happening. I sat and I said, I even knew, like, something God must have told me what I was in for. I was debating, and I said, once I start talking about this, because I was seeing what was going on. There was the people that were running with the mask, running to when can I get my shot, and all that. And I'm like, there's no effing way I'm going to put a mask. I'm not doing any of this shit. So I I had a debate, and I said, when I start talking, I'm going to create some problems. I had no idea how bad it would be. So I got fired. I got dropped. I had mid-tier representation, manager, agent.
Oh yeah.
My acting career was just about to get into guest star status. I mean, I recurred on Law and Order. I mean, it's on my StevenTenner.com if people want to see what was happening. So I didn't have access to it anymore, because you need an agent and manager to submit you for that type of stuff. We don't have access to auditions for Law and Order and Blue Bloods. Your agent has to get you that stuff. So once I
Right.
got dropped, they were like, he's lunatic. I said, I'm not wearing a mask on set. I'm not vaccinated. I'm not getting vaccinated to bring a vaccine card to set. They did all that in the acting world. I mean, they were full blown retard, with the
Yeah,
whole thing.
you weren't having that crap.
And I said, F that. I told the manager, I said, I'm not. I said, let me book it, send me out. And when I get there, let them deal with me when I get there. Tell them I lied to you. I'm a street Brooklyn guy. I was trying to finagle. They're like, I can't do that. We can't ruin our reputation. And I got dropped from everything. So I couldn't act anymore. I get access. I started tinkering. Like I get access now to some roles here and there. Like if they have a last minute, they'll throw it out on this acting platform that I pay yearly for. And I just send an audition in just for fun. It's on Long Island. I said I can make it happen. I just did it for shits and giggles to just get back into the groove. But I honestly don't care because I'm actually going to act in my own productions. I mean, I have award-winning music videos that I directed. I have an award-winning film that I pulled that's going to get developed. My friend wrote a script that we did a proof of concept that I own half of that I helped him with. So I don't need an agent or a manager. When all of this pops, I'm gonna create. I'm a creator. God made, I'm a powerful creator. I don't need somebody to tell me I booked the role. I book my own fucking role. I book my own production. I'm going to create my own shit. I don't need anybody to tell me that I'm good enough to be in their thing. Then kiss my ass. It's a whole different world now. It's the best thing that happened.
Well, I mean, especially like, look what you've been up to. You know, that's the thing about this, the challenge that we've been up to. I don't even know. I think it would be hard to work with people, and this is why our tribe is expanding, and why I travel with the people I travel with, and etc. It's hard to really necessarily hang out with folks that aren't awake and work. I don't know how it's going to be like to work with people that aren't awake. It's why I've been doing my music with mainly just my friend Steve, and then of course it was great to have Lewis have all of us work together on the To Unite song with you, myself, Kristen Coppolino.
That was fun.
Yeah, but it's very challenging to work with people
when you're
passionate about that aren't aware that human trafficking is the main thing that needs to be stopped on the planet before we start doing a whole lot of other things, personally.
Well, I think the military is handling a lot of that. I still love that people are passionate about it and talking about it. I mean, if at this point in the game, if the military already, I mean, we're watching theater. I don't want to get too into it because it's okay. We're watching theater at this point. I mean, these people have been dealt with, years ago when the fence was around the Capitol, the White House. Everyone, that was the locks were on the outside. Okay.
Right.
And the guards were on the outside. A lot of stuff happened there. We're watching theater. We're going through a slow process. And I've been actually talking about this for years. We're not getting rewarded with anything. And people get pissed off at me, but there's no one left to, not follow me anymore. And I could care less. God's following me and I'm following God. And I know what I got to do. So I just say what's on my heart. And for years, I've been saying, we're not getting Nassara, just whatever that is, money. Silver's not going to 5,000 until everybody on the planet knows what the F is going on, until they finally clean up and sweep up every last pile of shit. But we're slowly learning, and it's a slow reversal. And if you want to participate, that's what I'm doing. The world you want to see, we created. We're living through what we created. We're living through what we were manipulated to obsess over, to stress over, the news, the darkness over the years, reading manipulated scripture. Oh, this has to happen. It's the end times. When we're thinking about this, we're thinking about it, right? We're imagining it, and our imagination is our creation, whether we know it or not. So we're living through what the evil used us to create. Only we are going to reverse it. That's where I'm at. I'm in gratitude every day for what I have. I'll think about, please wake the people up. My ex has one of the most severest cases, severe and dangerous sheepnesia. I tried to talk to her again. I thought that we would be together. I thought that she would be waking up, with this theater that's coming and how they're just unfolding all the corruption. But she's going to be a while. I pray for her. I see her okay. But I finally had to let her go. And I'm ready to just fully move on in my life, whatever God has in store for me. And I don't mind saying on here, I haven't dated in years. This is a guy that was very single, drinking. And after my awakening and this movement, I had kind of one encounter, and people that were following me knew about, but I haven't dated in years. I don't go out trying to pick up. And I think this is what people have to do. I quit drinking. I started drinking again in moderation, not like when I quit drinking for 17 months when I was on the road and everything. And I quit drinking again September 16th. I haven't had a drop. I don't even have urge. and I'm in this major fitness, and I'm telling you, when you're clear and even eating clean, I'm eating basically once a day. I didn't die, everybody. I think the breakfast, lunch, dinner is a cabal thing, because when you're just clouded up with the body just digesting food all fucking day, how can you connect spiritually when you're just clouded up? How can the body regulate? How can the body self-heal when you go to sleep, when you just ate a prime rib at 8 o'clock, you're going to bed
Right.
at 10:30, the body's trying to, all of the energy of the body is digesting your food. It can't send the self-regulating, self-healing. So I try to not eat past 7 o'clock, right? I go to bed. I don't, no social media, anything at all, an hour before I go to bed. I go to bed stress free, not thinking about anything. I have my manifestation. I go to bed with gratitude. I try to see the concerts, the new song, the how I'm helping people heal, how I'm helping bring people to God, giving them the message where the create. These are the things I try to do when I go to bed, and when I wake up, I don't grab my phone. I put music on. I make sure I wake up for at least a half hour before I got to do anything. Put some music on. Same thing. Start the day with gratitude, heart and brain coherence. This is real stuff, Joe. This is where Tenor's at right now, if you want to know.
Nice.
And music. Why don't you play the 3-song medley to see what I've created along this journey into music? Then I think you got something, and then we'll come back and we'll just keep going along. How does that sound?
All right, let's do it. I'll throw this up here for the folks, and the 3-song medley. This is going to be a few minutes. Here we go.
God knows we ain't perfect. Lord, how we try. And we live the way that we live for those brave souls that died. And they gave America their all to America. That's America. There's miles of roads before us
There's no video,
as a
Joe.
new generation draws near.
I'm
Visions,
on
dreams, and understanding all roads to a new frontier.
online. They
Can you-
can't see video. There's no. I opened up your channel because my screen is black.
Oh,
There's
it's not
no
playing?
video. There's nothing showing. It's just audio.
Well, that's weird. The video's right here.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It was
That
black
is
earlier
weird.
too when we were in the studio yapping and you were testing.
Okay, it's
They've
sharing
been
the
online
file.
and
That's weird. All right. Are you
Oh,
guys
my-
not able to see it? Oh, we can't see the video. Well, that's weird. All righty then. That, I guess we figured that out. Okay, let me try that's the 3-song. Is that on your website anywhere? Because I could just share that.
No, I have a YouTube link, but I don't know if that's, I'd have to find it and send it to you. I don't know where.
Yeah, that's weird. Well, if I play the other song, I don't
Why don't
know.
you try
Normally
to-
the file just shares and it plays. I
Why don't you reset it, try it again, and I'll waive it if after 10 seconds it's not showing again.
okay.
It showed before when after we did the test.
Okay, let me. Okay, well, here,
The
let's try
dark
this one more
forces, they're still around. There's still a little bit of them that have to get swept up, but we
Right, so-
prevail. We always
Let
win.
me know if this comes up for you.
Go ahead.
Can you see that or not?
No, I didn't see anything.
Well, shit, it's playing on my end. Well, there's someone that really likes watching podcasters kind of figure this stuff out live. I hope they're having a good time right now if they're watching our show.
Just for a second. Let me just actually see if I see video. Just play.
I'm going to try and load it here in the StreamYard app. Let me see if it's
Cool.
a small enough file, I can make it work.
Well, in
Let's
the
find out
meantime,
here.
while you're doing that, I'm going to tell people the 3 songs that they're going to see. If are we back to full screen? Can they see me? Am I
Let me just 3-song. Let me just see if I can. Okay.
Anyway, I have CDs. You guys will see at tenortalk.com. That's the front. That's the back. I got That's America. CD, and we did a version of Silent Night, which you're hopefully going to hear. Even if we don't have video, you could play the songs, the audio. At least I could do that. But anyway, this is what the insert. Thank you for
Nice.
coming. Did a lot. That's the front and the back. That's the insert with the lyrics that I signed, and that's the inside. I'm really proud of the thank you for coming CD. It's pretty awesome. But
As
anyway,
it should
there's
be.
the
No, it
front and back of
there it
Silent
is.
Night. There's That's Silent Night CD. That's America's CD. That's the front and back of those are available.
And those are all available on your website, right? Tenor Talk.
Yeah, you go on the website, go shop. It'll bring you to where where I also have hats.
Okay. You know, I think so.
This is how
Sometimes
I
when
make money. I don't push product. I push what I created. So this is what I've got.
I hear. So I think sometimes if it's an MP4 file, it works, and this looks like it's a QuickTime file. Let me just try.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. Okay, let me do this. What I'm gonna try and edit and do a show like this is left
Okay,
brain.
yeah, we're gonna do that. No, this is great.
This is not how I normally work. I usually do one thing well, and
we can't do this.
I can be.
We can't
Okay,
do
let
this
me
on
try
live
and-
TV.
let me-
You know, we multitask. We get through it. I've had so much shit thrown at me while I was doing all the shows. I haven't done a show. So let me talk about this. I haven't done a show. I went out on the road. I did this. I did like a Healing the World tour thing where I was trying to share, about the Greg Braden, Dispenza. I'm big fans of them. That's how I manifested the dog.
Right.
People told me that story, and it literally, when I think back, after I was reading Joe Dispenza's book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I wasn't reading; I was listening to it on audio because I hate to read unless it's an emergency. And I started to incorporate that, and I actually manifested the dog. What goes with that, just briefly, I that's all I share on my Telegram and my social media are clips from like Greg Braden and Dispenza. I'm not sharing like when silver's going up, when med beds are none of that bullshit. Only like how we have to participate in if we want the world to change. We're the ones that are going to change it. God's inside. We're the shift. We're everything we've been waiting for. It's us. So I will say, when Trump first got inaugurated, when he said, today's ceremony, however, we're not just transferring power from one administration to the next. We're taking power from Washington, D.C., and we're giving it back to you, the people. I finally learned that the bigger portion of the power back to you, the people, is the power that the cabal manipulated us of the wrong way how to pray, how powerful we actually are, that the creator is right inside. The new science comes out when Greg Braden, when they're breaking down like 2,000 or 3,000 year old Torahs and all of these unmanipulated scripts. The very first thing when they do all of these high-tech breakdowns now, gematria and all of these things, the very first thing it says in these unmanipulated scriptures is God eternal in the body. I mean, so God's in the internal. He's not coming back. Nothing's coming back to save us. That's where I'm at, Joe. So anyway, we went out on this Healing the World tour where I'm sharing the Braden stuff. We're meeting with people. People actually healed when it wasn't like us when we got together and we had that energy going, and I was showing how powerful people are, and I had this setup going. We actually had people feeling better. Rotator cuff, bad knee problems, someone that had degenerated spine. A couple people were actually, honestly.
God knows.
Whoops.
Yep, I think I see something there.
Okay, so I had to turn it into an MP4 file. So I just did that I've never done that while I'm doing a show before.
Joe, you're welcome. I am not going to charge you for this on the fly training. It's
welcome to Duct Tape and Monkey Fucking a Football Productions.
It's on me, bro. No, you're not going to get a bill. I love you. You're welcome, man. You're welcome. It's great.
All right, let's play this without
play
further ado. Here we go. All right,
back it up.
Let's back it up all the way. There it is. And action. Give me a thumbs up when you see this.
All right.
God knows we ain't perfect. Lord, how we try. And we live the way that we live for those brave souls that died. And they gave America their all to America. That's America.
of roads before us as a new generation draws near. Visions, dreams, and understanding, all roads to a new frontier. That's America, the hope of America. That's America. That's America, the hope of America. That's silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory stream from heaven afar. Heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. I'm so glad you gave, and you gave to me everything and all that I am. You're a part of me, and I can't breathe again. Thank you for coming, coming, coming. Thank you for coming, coming. Thank you for coming. Thank you for
All right. Nice. It worked, man. It was great to see all that. Hey, and the Silent Night, it's well in advance. People can pick that up and they know, they're a few months ahead of Christmas right now. So that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think Silent Night actually it marinated for a year, and I actually believe stick around. We're going to show a teaser of the brand new single that's coming out next month. Let Me Be Your Hero. I got a fun thing. I'll explain the concept for the music video because it's rough, but I got a piece. I'll be able to show it. But yeah, I think Silent Night marinated not just because I had to have an amazing team. My horn player Kim Nicholas is. He's around 70. He's been in music his whole life, just classically trained. As he composed, honestly, that version of Silent Night, I'm just singing. The composition is epic. It's one of the best Silent Night compositions I've ever heard. Guys, you can you know, if you don't have $1.70 to digitally download these directly from the artist, I mean, I could, I got songs. There's 2 more songs waiting to be mixed. I'm just gonna push what I have. My product is my creations, my music, my merchandise. Hope you can go to Tenor Talk and spread the love. Got a few more songs. I'll give you the names of them. But Let Me Be Your Hero is coming out next month. I just got to finish up the music video, and I get the mastered version on Monday, and it'll go up everywhere, iTunes and everything. But Silent Night, I believe, and Let Me Be Your Hero I believe are the 2 songs that are actually gonna get what I've been working on for a while steamrolling, and then I've got, you know, the other singles ready there. You
Right.
know, That's America, Thank You for Coming, and Silent Night. But no, it's the finish line is close. It's coming. I'm on God's timing. I already put the order in. It's out on
I hear that.
delivery.
What's the process been for you recording for this song as opposed to Thank You for Coming? Is it, I mean, because, you know, Thank You for Coming, which obviously when people watch the video, they can see that it was literally recorded in a church that was made into a recording studio. So what has the process been like for the Hero song, if you don't mind going into some of that?
I just a few weeks. Everything went so fast. Thank You for Coming was just everything was just so divinely guided. I mean, the way the video came together, the place it happened to be in, everything was just. I'm telling you, only God can do that, right? Because it was manifested, and even what you manifest, it's even better. You just let it go, because the universe and God knows how to make it even better than you can even imagine. And that's what happened with Thank You for Coming. It's better than I could even imagine. But everything went so fast, and I rushed the shit out of everybody and had all this momentum. And this song, Let Me Be Your Hero, has literally somehow been delayed just for months and months and months. And I'm like, I normally would be flipping out, calling everyone, hounding everyone, but that's how you get stuff done. And I'm like, wait a minute. The whole part of this process of chilling and relaxing and know that I already put the order out to the universe and certain things I listen to, it's like, if stuff isn't happening on the way that I want it to happen, I'm being protected. There's a reason things are being delayed. The universe and God he's lining things up. And I've been, Joe, I don't know who I am sometimes when I think about this, and I'm thinking about how calm I've been, because I'm a lunatic, and the patience and just the spirituality and just being at peace and being like, it's not my timing. I know it's already done. I know in my version of what the finished product and what happens in the world looks like, but it's not my timing, and I'm being protected. And there's a reason if it's being delayed and this happens and that happens, instead of me being like, what the F? When are you getting back? No, now it's like,
Yeah, it usually just kind of stresses everyone out around you, including yourself, when you go.
so it's not my
Yeah,
timing. So if it's not happening, it's because it's
I'm
not
guilty of
supposed
it
to happen
myself.
and I'm being protected. And a couple of the things that have to line up to make it skyrocket or make it the best is, hey, Carol, the best is that. So what's going on here? We got the
Oh,
podcast.
there's a big event on Halloween that's about censorship, and Carol has become a bit of a film producer, and she's awesome. She's the glue holding a lot of this stuff, because since she's a light worker, we kind of need, well, we don't kind of, we need her energy to quell and glue certain things together that may not otherwise work as well without a Carol on board. So she's,
No, Carol's always been awesome. Know her for years, and
yes, she is.
maybe there's a trip to Costa Rica in my future, but not at the
Yes.
moment.
Hey.
Um, no, that's cool. And I think you have a little teaser, Joe, right? Stick around, folks. Let Me Be a Hero. Got a cool teaser coming up. Been
Yeah, well, so
waiting
I
forever.
think I'm going to play yours because I'm not sure if I need to transfer mine to an MP4. Mine was from my phone, so I'm
All right, so let me
I'm,
explain.
I'm a little afraid. We'll do yours first, and then we'll see. And then if not, I may transfer while this is playing.
All right, so let me
We'll see.
tell folks. So anyway, when you said what's the process of the song, since it took forever,
Yeah.
and what happens is when I get the mix back, I had an idea of like what I want to see in the music videos, but when I get like the final mix back, right, and then we're waiting for the master, and this is it, we're done. Then I let it just just, I listened to it 1,000 times and I let it permeate. And then I just try to let the creative juices flow. So since this took forever, so many things have changed. But the final product was I reached out. I used AI. I used ChatGPT to help me compose letters to like Disney and Sony because I wanted to incorporate animation. And I didn't want to incorporate animation. I wanted to incorporate famous movie scenes and stuff like that. Like, say, so argument's sake, Let Me Be Your Hero. The concept with the music, obviously a love song, right? The guy's, you'll hear a little bit of it. Guy wants to be the hero, right, of this woman. And I'll be honest here. When I heard, I didn't write this one. My friend Joe wrote this, that wrote That's America. Okay. So when I stopped in South Carolina on my last trip back from the Healing the World tour, hi, Diane, Renee, shout out to Diane, who I hung out, who's an amazing person. So I stopped by Joe's, and he has he's not a singer, but he plays guitar and he writes the songs. So he sang me Let Me Be Your Hero. And I said, I want to record that song like for my ex, because I think we're going to come back together when she gets cured of sheepnesia, hopefully, and it just so resonated with me because I want to be her hero, right? Don't we all want to be the hero for our friends and family in the world to let them know what the hell's going on, the truth and all of that? So it was so amazing to me. So that's why I wanted to do it. It so resonated. So now that we got like a final mix and stuff back, I was reaching out to Disney and all of them, and they got back to me in 3 days, and they shit all over me. I think because they don't know what's going on. They wouldn't even let me talk about licensing, which you can get licensing. You can pay for licensing. I wasn't going to do that, but they kind of just didn't even let me go to the next step. They're like, and they gave me the riot act, the disclaimer, don't. So I said, you know what? F you. I'm still going to use the stuff that I want, and I'm going to animate it. And instead of it, like a scene I thought about was, Lady and the Tramp, where the two dogs come together with the spaghetti.
Yep.
Right. The kiss. I wanted to kind of use that, was going to manipulate it a little bit. And then I said, we'll use the scene and everything. The people that get it. It's going to be me animated with the girl. We'll create the girl. So that's the concept. So in this scene, I just was as a local tourist railroad here. They're really cool. They do tours and stuff. I got to ride in the locomotive. I got hooked up through a friend. I just got epic footage. So it all came together. And I wanted to do the Popeye. The Popeye saving olive oil on the train tracks. Punch derail on the train.
Hold on, sorry.
I see video.
Okay, good. I'm just trying to get this set up, and
you did the conversion.
I've learned I will never just do QuickTime videos at the ready. You have to have an MP4.
There you go, MP4. We didn't even. I saw that you were a little busy, but I was just filling up time. It's 10. My show.
No, I know. All right. Anyway, back to your thing.
No, so anyway, that's the concept with the animation. So what you see here will probably change. I just finished shooting some footage today, just so I could have this for tonight, just to show the concept. So at the end of this, you'll see a little animated train thing, but it's just to show the concept of like, this guy's going to be walking around. He's sad. It's this love song. He wants to be the hero. He's just thinking about the woman, and he's encountering these situations where he's going out to eat. He's walking in nature, and so you'll get it. So this isn't the real animated piece. It's going to be more of a sped up. He's thinking. He encounters the train, makes him think about the Popeye. Oh, I want to be the hero. I'm going to save Olive. I'm going to save the girl from the train tracks, kind of thing. So it's kind of one of those fun things. So I'm incorporating these really cool, epic movie scenes and stuff like that. I'm not going to tell anyone because I just want them to see the rest of them. So here we go. The first sighting of the minute teaser of Let Me Be Your Hero.
All right, let's give this a shot. Give me a thumbs up when you see this playing.
Okay, it's black for like 3 seconds.
Do you see that?
No, I see your monitor on your.
It ain't easy.
Go back.
Here we go.
I know it ain't easy, but I will walk you through. And when all is said and done, the only thing that matters is the love in you. Love in you. Let me be your hero. Now I've got you in my arms.
All right. I like the. Now, how are you gonna? Well, maybe you don't want to go into that, but
Yeah.
are you set up now with the animation folks who are going to help you out fully?
I have someone. I'm not sure if she can
Okay.
pull off what I need. I need I need a really great animator to, the animation is the part, has to look like me. I want to morph out of some of the scenes that are happening and morph into the animation. So
Right.
I know God's gonna send what I need. I'm not even worried about it. So but they're coming. I don't know where they're coming from, but maybe someone's supposed to hear this and they're supposed to contact me. At
You never know.
tenor talk at Gmail.
I'm just going to
And
turn a light on real quick. Hold on.
yeah, that's cool. And yeah, so I'll be working. I just have to work hardcore on this video, and I don't have a hard date. I'm not worried about it. It's going to be in November. It'll be up on, available. I'll put a pre-save out when it's uploaded to the distribution and everything. There'll be a pre-save, and then hopefully a few days after that, it'll be available just like the other singles on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. All the, it goes everywhere. So, but there's a link on there where when you do that, or if you go to the way I do it, I'll put the music video, and underneath it says listen, and then it says buy. There'll be an option to buy from the artist, because Joe, when people buy on iTunes and all of these things, there's no accounting. We don't know what's going on. We don't even know if we're going to see 5 cents from that shit. So I have the option that you can buy it directly from the artist, from me.
Yeah.
It's $1.70, $17.70,
Yeah.
and take their fees out, but I'll get like a little over $1, which we're supposed to, hopefully get for the song. So whatever, if you guys eventually buy it, or any of the songs, they're available, on the website. You can go watch them for free. Silent Night, That's America, Thank You for Coming. The music videos are right on the homepage at tenortalk.com. I hope you guys hook up with me there. If you go to Tenor Talk, hook up on all of my social media, so you can be informed when because I'm not doing shows. Oh, I forgot. I will be interviewing a friend of mine locally, so I'll be with him. He beat pancreatic cancer with.
Oh, wow.
No, people won't be shocked. I mean, that's a death center. It's the worst cancer, so people won't be shocked at the protocol, and it's not pharmaceuticals. So let's put it that way. So keep your
Right
eyes on.
on.
I am going to open up the channels, because even though we can self-heal, a lot of people, it's going to take a long time for them to actually realize how powerful we are and get to the self-healing. Like, I'm self-healing. Like, I had a problem where I should have had surgery with a calcium thing on my foot, and in 3 days it was gone, because I just saw myself completely healed and gone, went back and can't see anything. So anyway, people have a process to realize how powerful we are, and we actually heal ourselves. But in the meantime, there are products, there are protocols for people that can help them. And so that's why I'm going to do that show for the people that are suffering with some bad diseases, open up their minds a little bit, and hopefully if that helps a couple of people get rid of their big C, that's why I'm doing that show. So make sure you hook up with me on all social media, everyone. So when I post that, you're going to want to watch that show and share it. Don't send it to your friends and family that are suffering, that think you're batshit crazy. But if you watch it, maybe you'll have an opportunity when they're ready that you can save that link and you can send it to them, because I will be with the
Well, the thing is, though, if people are watching on, most of the, like, whether it's Truth Stream or our friends'
those people
channel.
are ready. People that are on Tenor Talk.
Yeah. So
we're opening up now, Joe. We're starting with, like,
right.
a friend of mine's wife. Won't mention that, has I always call his wife my ex's twin. They don't know each other. They're in different states, because they're both have severe and dangerous amnesia. She actually said something to him. She was suffering with some stuff, and she did the surgery and didn't listen to him. He's nuts. We're nuts, because ivermectin and all, we're nuts. So she actually said to him, this is promising, because some people are waking up. She actually said to him, I should have gone the route that you were telling me about, or whatever, a year ago. And I was like, man, I pray for a time that my ex might say something to me about something, that you were right about the stolen election, or you were right about, the global military operation, or you were right about, the healing and frequency and energy, and right, but I don't think it's coming for me. So she was bad, and she said that to him. So there's hope. So I said to him, when I do the show, maybe she'll be ready for you to share, because she knows tenor and he's batshit crazy just like her husband, but maybe she'll, since she said that to him, I said she might be ready to actually watch that show. It's not like me, doing a thing. I'm going to have a guy that
Right.
survived pancreas cancer and he's going
Well,
to
yeah.
tell how he did it. So it
Right.
isn't like, conspiracy
Well,
theories.
sometimes
This is my friend.
you
I'm
need
sitting next to him.
someone else.
Yeah.
If someone's just hearing it from me, that's why we have guests on Truth Stream primarily. It's because then people it backs up, what we're talking about or the focus of our show, etc. So it helps. It definitely helps have, I guess, third party validation, if you will.
Right.
So you mentioned so last night I was in the studio with my friend Steve, and this is just a little snippet of, and I did transfer it to an MP4. So there's a little snippet of the new song. There's no vocals or anything yet, but I'll just see if this is going to play. It's I didn't even ask Steve's permission yet, but anyway,
Steve,
I will.
You ask for forgiveness later.
I don't know if he's watching yet, but I'm just playing a very small amount of it. So here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see if this is going to add to the stage.
Joe, just play a little bit. Joe, just play a little bit.
Okay, so it gives people a little bit of the atmosphere, and then the drums that are coming in and the power. So it's about all I can show right now, because I didn't really talk to Steve too much about doing that. But it's I mean, it's hard to hear what's really going on there, but man, it's
nice to get people usually don't get let in on stuff like this in the musician world, and there's artists, I would say, I don't know the exact percentage, but I would be willing to bet, I wonder what you think the percentage is, Joe. I mean, people may or may not know this. I think at least 50, it's probably more, of the artists that people know, famous artists that they even listen or bought their music, they don't write their own songs.
Yeah, actually, Rick Beato just did a huge, it's about even a 15-minute video on that. He's done longer shows. I mean, even Coldplay. Why does Coldplay have 15 writers on a song as of late? I mean, is that something?
A lot of musicians are not creative, and they were installed or whatever, and they happen to get a break. They had people that wrote, and like me, I sang for a band forever. We started doing originals. I never wrote. I had to manifest and tap into my God-given power, and I manifested, and I wrote my first song. It's really incredible that the very first song I wrote is going to be one of the most globally recognized songs planet wise. This isn't ego. That's the way it was created. It's out in the quantum field. It must be delivered. The universe must deliver that order to me. I'm on God's time, and that's it. And so when I talk about this, I say my single because I'm the artist. But when I'm talking about it, I'm not afraid to say, hey, to give credit for the people. There's a team of people behind every successful, person. And like Bon Jovi, I don't know how many, there's so many artists that don't write their songs, but they don't talk about that because it just has to be the whole thing. You got to love the artist, or maybe you'll think less of the artist because he does this beautiful, or she does this beautiful performance of someone that wrote a song that is a beautiful storyteller and lyricist, but they're not a musician. And so at least their thing is getting created and being brought to life. Joe, who wrote That's America and Let Me Be Your Hero, and one of my other upcoming singles called Billy Lee, we're mixing that next week. So right after Let Me Be Your Hero, people are going to hear this beautiful song called Billy Lee. But I'm the artist because I'm the artist representing it. I'm doing the groundwork. I'm doing the stuff, and they're on the CD right on the back, like right up top. Like they bury
Right.
the writers. The ghost writers sometimes have deals. They're not even listed as the writer, so people
Oh,
think the
right.
band wrote the songs. This is the corrupt cabal bullshit that's going
Well,
away. I don't
have
mind telling about who wrote the song. My friend Joe wrote "That's America." He's right up. Look, he's right up on the CD. You know, Joe Marchetti. He wrote
there
"Let
he
Me Be
is.
Your Hero," and I talk about it. Like if I do a show or something, I'm going to be like, I want to thank my friend Joe for writing a beautiful song and allowing me, and trusting in me to take his creation and bring it to
Right.
life. That's a great honor. You know, why
Yeah.
why should these people not be, why are they overlooked? You know, this is the bullshit. You know, it's truth, bro. That's it. I don't if people don't like it, I don't care. You don't like that I'm talking about that I didn't write this song, but I'm recording it. Kiss my, I mean,
Well,
how's that going to
look
piss
at
someone off? You know,
Sinatra.
whatever.
Look at Sinatra. Look at Elton John. I mean,
A lot
Bernie
of people
Taupin
didn't
writes.
write their songs. A lot of people don't write
Yeah.
their songs, you know? So anyway, I mean, I'm not saying that for an excuse like, oh, please listen to Let Me Be Your Hero. I didn't write it. I don't care. I'm just, I don't know even how we got on that, but most musicians, more than 50% of the artists that you know don't write their own songs, and they don't give the credit. They don't give the proper credit to the
Right. Well,
writer. They
have you
get
ever heard of?
paid. They get paid, but
They
they don't
do.
get
They
the
do. Have you ever heard the story about someone named Donald Marshall?
slightly familiar.
Donald Marshall. He claims to have basically. Try and give the short version that he's one of the most prolific songwriters ever, but he's never been given credit. And when he was 5 years old, this is pretty crazy stuff, but he his con I can't believe I'm saying this. His consciousness was his mom was part of one of these cloning centers, these deep underground military bases.
Oh boy.
Anyway,
Don't go there.
at
We need
five,
this video to stay up. Anyway, no, go ahead.
this is the
Yeah, we're
story.
not
So
going cloning today. Anyway, go ahead.
this is the story. At 5 years old, his consciousness was transferred to a cloning center, and they were going to do something to him that they do to children down there. And he started freaking out. And basically, they said, "Well, do you sing or do you music or do you dance? Do you do anything?" And anyway, he claims to have come up with the song "Lady" for Kenny Rogers and Lionel Richie, amongst many, many, many more songs. And he claims to have written, Nirvana songs and U2 songs and, you name it, Guns N' Roses songs. And anyway, so what you're saying is a lot of these bands have the image and certainly some of the talents, but a lot of the writing of the songs is sometimes done by other people. I've heard of that's the same way, like
More than, I bet you it's more than 50%. So the higher, I'm just going for it. I mean, I might be wrong, but let's just say 50-50. I would say more than 50% of the artists that you know and love and listen to your entire life, more than 50% of them do not write their songs. I mean, I don't know why. It doesn't matter. We don't have to talk about it anyway. And my
right.
friend Diane asked me if I should bring up, because I manifested this. So we have an archive thing here. So Joe, let me give you a few things, right? So I told you that "Thank You for Coming" is going to be a globally recognized song. "Thank You for Coming" at the very least is going to win Song of the Year. Steve Perry, my vocal idol, former
Right.
fan of Journey, is going to be the presenter at whatever awards, Grammys or whatever new award. Maybe there's a new award ceremony
Yeah,
next year.
there'll be a new award. Let's manifest that, a new
Steve Perry
award.
is presenting me. He will actually be presenting Song of the Year. I win it. I've already celebrated this in my heart and my mind. And Steve Perry, I get to have my vocal idol, the reason I can probably sing, trying to sound like a screaming cat as a teenager, trying to sound like Steve Perry, which I almost do at this point anyway. So thank you, Mr. Perry, my vocal idol. He's going to be handing me, it's going to be so surreal. He's going to hand me the award for Song of the Year for "Thank You for Coming." Just need to put this on record. I ordered it. The universe must deliver it to me. And I manifested an article in George Magazine. I don't want to say it so it sounds bold, but I mean, if I ordered it, it doesn't matter if they hear it or not. It must happen. I met Gene and everything, but that doesn't have anything to do with anything. And my friend Diane surprised me when we were coming home from she wrote me like this 4-page epic article about me. She had me in tears. And I think it's called "The Hero's Journey." And
Is it Diana Renee Hines? Is this
Diane
her?
Renee, she's in the chat. She was trying to
She's
help me
right here.
going through.
Hey, Diane.
through technical. And I'm just letting people know there's going to be a story in George Mag. I mean, they didn't officially, say it. I'm just saying I ordered it, and then what Diane wrote an article. So, and she said, I wrote this, I want to submit it to George Magazine. And she did, and she saw Gene at like a Bob Joyce event. He said, oh, I was so busy, resubmit it. And I told her, don't send it. I said, don't send it yet. I said, the timing is not right. So Diane, pull a trigger, send Gene that mofo article. We're going in George Magazine. You heard it here on Truth Stream. All right, everybody? So when it all happens, you'll be like, where's that tenor? Where's this web? He said he was going to be on, Steve Perry was going to hand him an award. He was going to be in George Magazine. He was going to have a global song. All of this is coming out. I better stop listening to these bullshit truthers, and I better just start following Tenor, because he knows everything. He's tapped into the creator. That's what's going on, people. Anyway, there you go.
Oh, well, she said done. She said done. Hey, if you need clips of this, I'll be happy to do an edit and have certain clips so we can send them when it's time. When it's time, you let me know.
We're ready to go. We're over the hour, but I can go for another 4 hours, Joe. But you know I hate long shows.
Oh gosh, no, this has been great. This has been great. I know. We're gonna close the show with. Now, granted, someone said the Freedom Now video, but I'm going to play the To Unite video that I redid that you were part of at the end.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's you and I working together. So,
yes, sir. Guys, I love you all. Joe, thank you. As always, I always have so much fun with you. We're brothers in music, and then this thing we have two things in common. It's really cool. It's always so much fun to come on here. I appreciate you very much. Going to watch the To Unite, but I would ask people, please, if you can go to tenortalk.com, at least just watch the music videos. If you're going to watch one when you leave here, when this show finishes, I want you, this is for you. You don't have to buy anything. Go to tenortalk.com. The very first music video is Thank You for Coming. Some of the stuff I spoke about tonight, this is real. We are, what the cabal did was they manipulated us over millennia, because we are the most powerful and most special creation ever. Everything we need is inside the creator, God eternal within the body, the kingdom of heaven. It's all internal. It's our work to do. And I'm getting better and better at this because I'm clean. I eat one time a day. I'm not drinking. You know what I mean? I spoke about this once. The body has all this sludge in it. It can't connect. Why do you think they talk about fasting and everything? That's so you can get in touch with your powerful creator self, God eternal. And I'm not kidding. Thank You for Coming. It's the first song I ever wrote. Okay. Look at the music video. Look how God put that together. Look how God helped me write that song. It's a little piece of God's story. He wants you to know where he is. Thank You for Coming is the blueprint of where I thought God was and where he really is. The song lyrically tells you that because God wrote that song with me. I tapped into my God-given internal power.
beautiful.
And that's how I have that song. I want you to understand that this is not me. This is not me. I have to thank God eternal in the body that I was able to tap into that and give you a little piece of his story where he resides. That's why it will be one of the most globally recognized songs, because it's God's words. Thank you for having me, Joe. Thank you everybody. I love you.
Well, thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming. You can have my line today, but that's my baby.
All right, we're gonna play the To Unite video that Louis Herms, who's running for governor of California, I was asked to put together a song. Louis wanted something like "We Are the World," but there was no budget, no singers that many people have heard about, no studio, really not really meeting in person. So I did what I could, and it's more like the traveling Wilburys, if you will. And I redid the music video to make it a little more my style, with more like eagles flying than some other scenes that were in the previous. So that being said, I'm gonna pull this up, and
right after To Unite, what's everybody doing? They're going right to tenortalk.com, and they're
That's
going to
right.
sit quietly with a candle lit because they're about to get the blueprint from God himself of where he resides. I hope you guys do that for you.
Beautiful. All right, I love it. Here we
Thanks, Joe.
go. And all right, brother. We'll talk very soon. Thanks, everybody. Here is Tonight featuring Stephen Tenor.
We've been beaten, battered and bruised, oh, tired and confused. For generations, we learned alibis, and the teachers taught us more lies. Humans, we're not supposed to know what was planned so long ago. As these shackles fall to the ground, we become ascension bound. We are.
Okay, well, I guess Tenor, for some reason, that's not showing
I'm
up.
glad I hung
either.
around a minute. I happened to pass by, and I saw your screen there with the with the mixing board up.
Yeah,
and,
I don't know why.
is that an MP4, Joe, or is that a QuickTime file?
No, I was just sharing the screen like I do all the time. I don't know what the hell is going on with that.
Well, they don't want people to see the new music video.
Jeez.
You know what you should do, Joe? You should tell them to come back to TruthStream maybe in 10 minutes or something, and you'll have it uploaded there or something like that. Is that something?
Yeah, you know what? I'll put on Joe. I'm just gonna play Freedom now because it's ready to go. I can't believe how challenging this has been for.
And are you going to put the new music video to Unite somewhere in a little while so we can see it?
Well, it's already out. It's already out. My whole screen looks weird.
Where is
right
it? I
now.
don't know if I saw the new one.
Hold on a second. This is so weird how this is set up now inside of StreamYard. I don't even know how this is. Oh my God. What a circus, guys. Sorry about this. I've never even seen the screen pop up like this before. Usually it's like Tenor and I together, and I don't know what the hell's going on there. So anyway, all right. Well, I really don't know why this is the way it is right now. There, am I full screen now? Maybe. Okay, there we go. Let me try this. Maybe this is part of the reason. Okay, so if I go here,
can you hear me?
Yeah, let me just see what this looks like.
You're full screen.
Is that full screen now?
Yeah, we see a bunch of selection.
It's sharing me. I'm trying to have it actually share the video. So
now
something is really wonky today. I don't know what the hell is going on there. All right. Well, I'm just going to play Freedom now. Everything is on our link tree. The new music video is there because I got to play something. So here's Freedom now from.
And where's the link tree? Where's the link tree, Joe?
It's TruthStream link tree. Here, I'll pull it up right here.
Yeah, put that in the chat or put that up, post that on all the channels when we're done. There you go.
Yeah, it's right there. It's
cool.
linkter.e/TruthStream. Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh my God, this is why I try to do one show a day, not two. All right, let me see if I can just get this video playing because I'm really trying to keep shows around an hour when I do them on my own.
Let's go. Bye, everybody.
All right. Hopefully this works.
I've just been a kid by the side of the road, watching the world. Well, it's all just a show. Those we looked up to are not who they seem. They flash their symbols in a horrible scheme. about so many things. The television seeps poison as the mockingbirds sing. We just want freedom. We just want freedom. We just want freedom now, now. We just want freedom now. Scripts of the movies show part of the plots. Under the surface lies plenty of rot. Many actors play a devious role. Made a deal with the devil, undermined control. The leaders are blackmailed. They sold us out. Eyes of souls, black coal. Gain that clout. We just want freedom. We just want freedom. We just want freedom now, now. We just want freedom now. We just want freedom. We just want freedom. We just want freedom now, now. We just want freedom now. No longer slaves in this human race. Explore the stars and travel space. The history we learned isn't even real. It's been rewritten as part of the deal. We've lived in a psyop, our DNA dumbed down. The world's been run by the cabal of clowns. They want us divided and uninformed. Our morality gone as part of a norm. We just want freedom. We just want freedom. We just want freedom now, now. We just want freedom now. We just want freedom. We just want freedom. We just want freedom now, now. We just want freedom now. To raise your mind and join the fight. Unveil the truth from darkness to light. Where we go one, where we